Hi, I'm Vijay Kalyan Jha, and we are going to discuss certain very important things in this short session. The D day, or should I say the C day, just the day after. How are you feeling? Relax, 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 breathe deep, and do not commit the blunder of doing any mock tomorrow. How to use question paper tab effectively? There can be many reasons for this. All questions are visible in one go. You can easily call out the questions you're comfortable with and jot down their numbers on the rough sheets given to you. You may select the RC passages and DILR sets that you feel you're comfortable with, though it can be slightly deceptive also at times. TITA questions are easily identifiable here, and you can do all of them together. Isn't that? One of the strategies can be, let's say when you go to the QA section, all right, you straight away go to QP mode, question paper mode, look at all TITA questions, do them all, try to do them fast because anyway they do not have any negative marking, okay, so you hardly have anything to lose. And if you are able to do 8 questions in, let's say, 10 to 12 minutes, it can be of huge advantage. But hey, this 8 questions, from where do I get this figure 8? Because in CAT 2021, they asked you 8 TITA questions in quantitative aptitude section. It may change this year. All right, unlikely, but it may change. Okay, QP mode does not have options of the questions, but so what? So what? TITA questions anyway do not have options. So even if you look at them in QP mode, okay, you do not have the options. So you can do them here. We are now going to give you a live demo of how to do this effectively. Here we are. We have the VARC section of CAT in front of us. So why not to go to this question paper mode? We are on question paper mode now, and we can easily identify that this first question is of the odd one out type, and moreover is a TITA question. How do I know this is a TITA question? Because negative marks 0. And how many answers can it have? It can have only 5 answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if I mark the answer randomly, let's say, I'm not asking you to do this, but let's say even if I do that, I mark just 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 randomly. Do I lose anything? No. So if you're left with, let's say, 10 seconds and you're left with 2 such questions, so attempt both of them. Just randomly mark one of these 5 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5. All right. Okay. Now the second question is also TITA because negative marks 0. I'm sure you can see this. And you have to, there's a parajumble questions and you have to put these 4 sentences in a sequence. Let's say you're left with 10 seconds, 15 seconds and you get a question like this. Here, the answer can be any of the permutations of 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so use any of them and just fill it there. That is all that you can manage in 10 to 15 seconds. But much before that, when you start the paper, can you identify and do all TITA questions in one go in QP mode? All right, even if you're outside the QP mode, you're not going to get the options. So why not to do them here? Okay, you can navigate through the questions very easily here, and not only that. This is my first passage. So can I just read the first 2 lines and try to see if I'm comfortable with it? I can very easily come to the other passages as well. I'm sure you can see that here. Isn't that? So my point is that use question paper mode effectively and push your marks by 10-15%. Yes, do I make sense to you? Here we are in the DILR section. Let me take you to the question paper mode. We can see that the first set does not have much of data or information. The second set is slightly lengthier in comparison with the first set. The third set is also okay type. Oh, the fourth set has lots of data. So here, don't you think it's much easier to navigate through all the sets here? Isn't that? Rather than using that question palette. Not only that, let's say there's a set like this. Questions 11 to 16. Okay. How many people are involved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people are involved. And it has TITA questions also. How many friends does Isel have? Let's say you're left with just 10 seconds while doing this section. and you mark one of the first 6 natural numbers as your answer randomly, do you still have some hope of getting something? Because SL is one of the 7 persons. So he or she can have at the most 6 friends. So just mark one of the things randomly. Alright. So TITA should be used effectively. QP mode should also be used effectively. Here we are in the quantitative aptitude section now. Let me take you to question paper mode. You can easily identify that question number 1 is an MCQ. Why? Because negative marks 1. Question number 2 also is an MCQ, negative marks 1. But question number 3 is TITA. So is question number 4. Question number 9 is also TITA. So is question number 10. Do they always hunt in pairs? Okay. Question, no, not always. We got the answer. So here, question number 13 is also a TITA. My point is, can we do all 8 TITA questions? Of course, 8 is based on assumption. This assumption that in CAT 21, they asked you 8 TITA questions and quantitative aptitude. All right. So my question is that can we do all TITA questions together? Can we? All right. We have nothing to lose there. Isn't that? So if I were you, I would probably want to do all these TITA questions in one go. Oh, there are 3 TITA questions together here. Question number 15, 16 and 17. Okay. This is what my point is. Another point is the use of collapse button. Not many of you use that. But let me give you a live demo. The screen shows you the real CAT situation. Isn't that? Just concentrate here. If I push this, I get this. Now there are some people who believe that reading in this mode is actually more difficult for them because they have to move their eyes like this. But some people believe that this is more relaxing. So in this mode, you do not get to see the question palette. But why do you require the question palette all the time? So please use this at home and be very clear about this, that which mode is more comfortable for you. All right. So we just saw how to use the collapse button, right? Please identify the mode that works better for you and go ahead. TITA questions of VRC, let's revisit this. Sequencing questions ordinarily have 4 sentences to be put in a sequence. So of course 24 different arrangements are possible. We have already discussed that. So if you're not left with much time, just put any of those 24 sequences and submit them. Similarly, when it comes to odd sentence out questions, only 5 answers, 1, 2, or 3, or 4, or 5 are possible. So even if you have no time, just mark any one of these 5 numbers and submit. You do not have to leave TITA questions unattempted. TITA questions of DILR, we have already discussed them. And I gave you one example, a particular case in which there were 7 friends. So a particular person cannot have more than 6 friends. So if you are asked about the number of acquaintances or number of friends, at the most it can be 6 and the least number is 0. All right, please keep such things in mind. So in case of any emergency, always use these techniques. Now we are going to look at certain statistics on CAT 2021 just to make you feel comfortable. When it comes to overall performance, by getting net 13 correct answers, percentile 75. Similarly, by getting 17 correct answers, net, all right, 85 percentile. For 27 correct answers, 97 percentile. And why am I saying net 27 correct answers? That is, let's say you have got 30 correct answers and 9 incorrect answers, right? So 3 correct answers will compensate for 9 incorrect answers if all those 9 were MCQs. No negative marking for TITA. So that way net it would be 27 correct answers. So for net 27 correct answers, 97 percentile. Similarly for net 32 correct answers, 99 percentile. How was the scene in VARC? Okay. For net 8 correct answers, 80 percentile. Wow. And for net 12 correct answers, 95 percentile. But beyond that, in order to reach 99 percentile, you needed to take a quantum jump. So 12 correct answers for 95 percentile, but 16 correct answers for 99 percentile. All right. DILR, the most dreaded section of CAT for a while, right? For almost the last 6 years, probably 2016 onwards or 2015 onwards, right? Okay. Net 5 correct answers give you 80 percentile, and net 8 correct answers, that is 2 sets of 4 questions each, give you 95 percentile. So even if you are able to do 2 sets in those 40 minutes, okay, and you get all of them right, you can get 95 percentile, and those 2 sets of 4 questions each. If you get 2 sets of 6 questions right, okay, you could straight away get 99 percentile for doing just 2 out of the 4 sets. Please keep that in mind. Let's look at the statistics of quantitative aptitude section now. For 80 percentile, net 4 correct answers. For 85 percentile, net 5 correct answers. So let's come to 95 percentile, net 8 correct answers. But for 99 percentile, net 13 correct answers. There's a quantum jump here. 95 at 8, but 99 at 13 answers. Right? Just one more correct answer, and your percentile would have gone from 99 to 99.50. Hey, are you ready? Okay, just go crack CAT 2022. All the best.